Hey, wow, I just done a big, huge, massive video and I hit the wrong button and I deleted it, so I got to do this all over again. I hope I can get it right. I'd like to debate about Her Majesty's penitentiary and prison and justice itself, because I made that post about somebody getting assaulted down Her Majesty's penitentiary, and a lot of people jumped on board and said he deserved what he got and blah blah blah, and then other people came on and said, oh, it's only prison, inmate on inmate, and they just kept on going. And they're the comments that I look forward to. Now, they're the ones that keep me going. They're the ones that keep me pumped up. Because if anybody ever wanted to go live and debate justice and prison and reform and what happens in prison, I'd be live. I'd be loving to go live any day and debate with anybody. Because I'm going to give a free lesson here. And these are, like I said, the compliments and the comments that I love. Because they're the one that motivates me to come on live. I've been, like I said, I'm sure 17 to 20 prisons in Canada. And I've been in some very, very serious fucking prisons. And I laugh at people who get on here and, you know, they says, oh, violence in prison and violence in prison. And I just kind of laugh because there isn't really a lot of violence in prison. Because it's all about respect in prison, right? I've been, like I said, I've been in for 21 years. Yeah, the cat clawed me all up. We had a little fight yesterday playing, and I'll get a shave later, but don't worry. I've been, like I said, in prison for 21 years, and I think, I'm not sure, I might have had 2 fist fights. Now, I've stabbed 3 or 4, and I've been stabbed myself. But I don't think in the 21 years I've been in all the prisons, I had 2 fist fights. Because it was all about respect and honor and stepping out of line. You got, you know, you don't go around punking up people in prison, in federal anyway. But Her Majesty's Penitentiary, on the other hand, I had 100 fist fights down there. Some days I had 3 fights a day down on that range. So, that's why I wanted to come on here. I wanted to debate 2 issues. Yes, there is violence in prison. When the inmates decides to smash the fucking prison up, or there's somebody steps out of line, he's going to get shanked up and murdered. Trust me, boys. Whoever's on here, my Facebook page, can come on here, other than my brother Terry. There's nobody can come out here saying they were in prison going around fist fighting. You're full of shit. You might have gotten 1 or 2, that's about it. Like I said, I've been in prison for 21 years. I had 2 fist fights. I shanked a couple in Spring Hill, I shanked another one in Renouse, I shanked another one in Dorchester. I never had no fist fights. In prison, you murder. So let's get that out of the way. Alright? Yeah, there's violence in prison. Like I said, when inmates are fed up and they'll burn the prison down. Or you got some guard that's in a bad mood. He might kick the shit out of somebody. But there's no fucking fist fighting in prison and no violence. There's only murders and riots. That's it. So we'll get that out of the order. There is no violence in prison. There's only murders. And there's only smashing the ranges. So you don't go every day seeing fistfights in prison and violence. Prison is, you toe the line in prison, or you're fucking gonna get your life taken. That's what prison's about, federal prison. But now let's get to Her Majesty's Penitentiary. You got every type of offender on the range. You got a gangster who robs banks and murders people and is a drug dealer. He's a straight up made man gangster. Second, you got people doing armed robberies. Third, you got people breaking into homes. 4, you got people frauding for prescription drugs. Well, they're all doing it for drugs. Then you're into, say, causing disturbance, Was it causing a disturbance, mischief, damage to property? That's what H.M. Penitentiary is. Now, you got your people that got the mental illness. Out on the streets breaking windows. Out on the street causing disturbances. So here, you got them all into one prison. All mixed together. So here you got a young fella that's fighting a mental illness and a drug addiction. That's committed a violent crime. He's not going to get no sympathy. They're going to kill him. That is Her Majesty's Penitentiary. When this man goes, if he hopefully, pray to God, he never done the murder, and he gets not convicted. But if he done the murder, I pray to God that he done, and the Lord puts justice on that. If he did do the murder and he gets convicted, he's going to go to prison for it. But I'll tell you one thing. When he goes to Dorchester, Renews, or wherever this young man may go, I'm willing to bet a 99% chance that that young man will serve out his sentence, hopefully get rehabilitated, hopefully admit that he's crime, and maybe one day get released back to his family. That's called justice. So, all my life, I'll be the first to tell you, you fuck with my family, I don't know how I'm going to handle it. I don't know how my mind would bear it. And let alone kill my daughter. But that's something I would not talk about because I got goosebumps going up through my body. I'm 52 years old. And I'm just wondering here today that lo and behold, a man almost got murdered. Now his family must suffer. So now that the inmate allegedly murdered somebody, got assaulted and almost killed, so now we got two families devastated, and now we got another offender going to receive a large amount of time. Now, have this young fella, Stephen Bragg, has he got friends? Is his friends going to retaliate and stab and kill this young kid? What the moral of this whole video is, it's okay to sit there on the side of your computer looking in as a victim or whatever you want to say. But how is it okay to say that a mental illness with an addiction, out committing crime, the only thing that human being deserves is death and jail, and never see treatment or be out with his family ever again? What type of fucking society are we living with? I pray and hope that no mental illness ever suffers or befalls up on top of your family where you have to go through what our family suffered. I don't care if everybody gets my message. I only want one person to get my message. This is a fucking rat race, living on Mother Earth, especially with a mental illness and addiction, where you're not showering, you're not shaving, you're not eating, you're worried, you're stressed, you're lying down in your self-pity, your guilt, your shame, and your mind keeps repeating over and over and over and over that you're a loser, that you're no good, that you'll never make it, and you're peeping out of the curtain wondering, is the whole world against you? And lo and behold, your pain is so deep, your pain is so hard, the burden is so heavy that you can't carry it no more, and you commit suicide or you overdose. That's the fucking message I'm trying to get out there. Look, you break the fucking law, you do the fucking time. But I pray every day that mental illness never touches my son, and my son has to go in there. That would break my heart. Because If he breaks the law, he's going to deserve his punishment. But should my son go in and probably get killed and never come back out to see his father again because he committed a crime? No matter what the crime, he's still my son. My son. I'm fighting so my son never goes in there. So my son don't get killed. Maybe I'm wrong. But one victim after another, that's enough. I'm fighting for Newfoundland. I see the children addicted. I see my brothers. Do you know I got people on here calling me from the H.M.P project? Telling me how the drug epidemic on the H.M.P project. Everybody's out there swallowing pills and coke by the bag loads. This is for the people that can't speak. That the burden is so heavy on them. That the alcoholism and the drug addiction are making them commit crimes and overdose and die. They're still somebody's brother. They're still somebody's son. They're still human beings. I'm not trying to save the world. I'm trying to save one person. And yes, there'll always be violence in prison. But can't I, as a person, try to fight for one person not to get killed in there? I've seen it all my life, and I continue to hear about it. So what am I supposed to do? Lie down on my couch and shut my mouth and let this all be swept underneath the rug? And continue to let people from Newfoundland overdose? Keep going in and out of prison? From the blocks, Mundy Pan, Shea Heights, and everybody can say it's their choice. When you got a social economic disorder with a drug epidemic in Newfoundland with the youth, what have the youth got in Newfoundland? And you're going to bicker over money? I'll burn that whole land. That land is nothing. You need healthy people living on the land. What, are you going to rape Mother Earth and terrorize Mother Earth and everybody kill each other and just turn a blind eye? My whole thing and my whole story is get back to that Her Majesty's penitentiary. It's a tinderbox. A guard's going to get killed. An inmate just almost got killed. And you're going to sit on my Facebook page and say it's only inmate on inmate? And that's no big deal because it's only Her Majesty's penitentiary? I've been in 21 years in prison. I only had 2 fistfights. Don't come on here and say every day there's a fistfight in prison. You're full of shit. I don't know what fucking prison you grew up in. There's only murders in prison. Carry a fucking shank. My whole moral of this story is I don't care what kind of crime he's on. He's gonna fucking pay the consequences, and he's the one gotta live with that, not me or fucking you. But now we got a fucking situation. We got a man's almost dead. That's gonna affect the upcoming trial of his murder. Now you got another inmate. He's charged with attempted murder and assault or whatever he's gonna be charged with. I don't want to tell you what happened to the man on here. It's not my fucking situation. But that's somebody's fucking son. That's somebody, he got fucking children. It's a revolving fucking door, and I don't care what anybody on my wall says. You don't like me, hit delete, block, and remove. I will fight for justice, reform, victims for the rest of my life until I'm dead, and I ain't going nowhere. Her Majesty's Penitentiary, shame on you. And Mr. Parsons, Justice the Minister, shame on you. And the staff down there laughing and watching this happen wouldn't even report it to the family. So let's hope and pray that all you down there and you're high and mighty with your careers, having sex with your husband and you has a son. I pray to Lord Jesus and the highest power up above that I'd lose my life so your son never ever becomes addicted with a mental illness and commits a crime and goes down to Her Majesty's Penitentiary. Because, ma'am and dad, if your son ever goes down there, you're going to be in your bedroom, curl up in your bed, holding on each other, crying. Because the stories your son's going to phone you from Her Majesty's Penitentiary will put the life of death in your body while you're sleeping. There's some of these children down there, and I'm going to pray for them every day of my life. I'm going to fight till the last breath of my life. There are brothers down there, Her Majesty's Penitentiary, with a mental illness now. If you're a gangster and you're out there murdering, drug dealing, and doing your gangster shit, you get caught, we do our time. But there's guys down there that are not gangsters and they need treatment. They need mental health treatment. They need addiction treatment. They don't need to be put in Her Majesty's Penitentiary where they're going to get murdered, stabbed, viciously beaten by guards. It's the most inhumane, violent prison in Canada. And anybody on here wants to come debate with me. I've been in Melhaven, Kingston, Edmonton, Mex, Kent. I've been in the PASU in Alberta, Dorchester, Spring Hill. I can go on and on and on. I've been in Saskatchewan. I've been in maxes all over, mediums, minimums. I've been in farm camps out in BC. You only see murder in prison and riots. You don't see fist fights. Her Majesty's Penitentiary, like I said, I had 100 fist fights down there. I had 2 and 3 a day. So, that's my thought for today. Anybody who wants to debate live, let's go. I'll tell you, you break the law, go to jail. No pity, no remorse. Victims comes first. That's fucking bottom line. But secondly, if you got a drug addiction, you want help, and you want to get out and have a successful life, it should be there for you. So, Andrew Parsons, Dwight Ball, Superintendent Roach, Assistant Superintendent Gibson. Oh, you see that? That there is the middle finger. You know what that middle finger represents for me? I'm fucking yours. So I ain't going nowhere. And my lawyer will be going to court tomorrow on my behalf. So my charges will be tomorrow. I'll let everybody know what my charges are and how much time and where I'm going to go and what we're going to go from here. But that's how I feel about Her Majesty's Penitentiary, the assault, the justice, the victim services, everything in general. This man should have stand trial. This man shouldn't have been murdered. So that's just my opinion for today. And boys, get the word in Her Majesty's Penitentiary that I think everybody down there better buckle up, because things are about to get rough.